human ass. Well, that's one way to crash a party.
see your boyfriend?
Yeah, he got a nice room. You won't have it long. He left a call for 7 a.m.
Bad girls make him say wow. 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 I like it, like it. I like it, like it, like it, like that. Bad girls make him say wow. Bad girls make him say wow, wow.
Fun clothes and that girls are going to put it on and they know that they're going to go out that night and have the time of their lives. That's what we like to do. As they say, it's not just black and white. We worked a lot with texture and finishes and lamination and things that felt slippery and things that felt rough. I felt like I just wanted to do something polarizing, something that would kind of play with this idea of a harder edge sensibility. And so started thinking about a new romanticism that initially led us to Victorian dressing and corsetry. And then I started thinking about heavy metal hair bands and, Marilyn Manson, and implementing in a way that becomes archetypes of what we felt are street wardrobe staples, the pea coat, a car coat, a tailor jacket. Looking back.
Aphrodite, Ventusca, Osteonisus, Hera, Hermes, Icarus, Narcissus, Medusa, Ephasos, Ashalalala, Susus, Minerva, Ecobibus. I love it when you couscous. Aphrodite, Ventusca, Osteonisus, Hera, Hermes, Icarus. Virus, Narcissus, Medusa, Ephesus, Ashalalala, sisters. We never equipus. I love it when you couscous.
Hi, Alex, Wang. There was a certain purity and calmness that I was very intrigued by, and at the same time looking for something that felt very honest. Natural organic materials such as linen drop cloths and raw canvases. And then the idea of mixing it with something that felt very, very artificial, and this idea of kind of patchworking and building things and duct taping and foiling. started thinking about censorship and this idea of playing with the duality of something quite restrained and formal and the kind of the very traditional menswear in the first half of the show to something quite perverse and flirtatious. And then this idea of logo came to mind. I don't know why I felt like I wanted to play with humor and wit. What better way to take our logo and kind of embroider it and bond it and laser it or make it into lace, but almost like it's camouflaged into the fabric.
Stop that.
Have a classic feel to them, touching upon American heritage and tradition, college, varsity sports, and playing with that idea and what you subconsciously think about it, but in a new way, taking the sleeves off, making it wider, desaturating the color so everything kind of blends together. I wanted to feel that they're clothes that bring back a memory, but that you can't really place them, how it excites them, how they see it and how it's new, the colors, but it's still easily incorporated into their wardrobe.
Smoke up, that's in the blem. Free up the guys and dip out the ends. Jump in the ride and burn up the rims. Don't stop, don't touch the boy that I'm in. Block hoodie up for events. Skin kept close, cause you plotting on them with the tips on 10. Touching the back, it's on tap, ready to go and jump in.
New York brand, we're part of the New York landscape, and I thought, wouldn't it be amazing if we could live stream the show there in the middle of Times Square? Started thinking about Wall Street and bankers, and then something that's much more liberal, like gypsies and these nomads. And I thought the contrast of that was very interesting. Du jour is also another point that I wanted to approach. You can't always just have the collection be kind of one-dimensional. You kind of take all these pieces and these styles and you put it together, and then add your New York stamp to it. Idea of survival and outdoor sports. We were looking at a lot of kind of temperature graphs, heat charts, but then this idea of, sartorial characters, this idea of something quite so extreme, something a little bit more precious, and kind of bringing those two worlds together with this idea of function. sneakers has always been a part of my uniform, and I thought to take this idea of sneakers and to put them into the clothes, to take that and kind of marriage it with something maybe more romantic and more kind of gentle. All of these ending pieces, that's kind of where the Madame Grey came, and the track jackets, but all the kind of hand-plissed bodices, but then we wanted to take, sneaker graphs and what represented speed and kind of graphism, and then, we printed it, we engineered it to kind of which part would twist, which part would fade, which part would kind of follow the body. We really started this season with this idea of surrealism, this extreme fabric manipulation. We wanted this kind of distorted perception on things that maybe felt like plastic but were actually laminated tweeds, or things that felt like jacquards were actually shrink-wrapped leather, or things that felt like rubber were actually leather bonded to knits.
Everywhere I go, the people really wanna know who I is and who I be. They stop and stare when they see me. If I said it once, no need to repeat. Run up on me, watch you fall to your knees.
We started thinking, after last season, this idea of roundness and volume, and kind of led us to evening wear from like the 30s, the 40s, and kind of luxurious, and like working that into our idea of the t-shirt, or the sweatshirt, or a jumpsuit. Always kind of playing that opulence and volume into something that we reference to every season.
Next level prosperity. Silent power moves is what I'm giving. They love to hate the world they can't live in. Always present for the high roads. Go swim within the deep lows. Low. What told the future? Who knows? I don't do it for the likes, I do it for the love. Do it for the ones who really needed a hug, cause they had it tough, never had enough. Feared, loved, and respected. Using words as a weapon. Test and she. Hurry up quick. El Jefe's coming soon.